What's Khalil's journey this season?
Wow. Okay, so Khalil's journey, it's, what's great about it with the whole writing staff, with Salim and Pat and Charles and Adam, Jen, all of them. What's great about them is that we focus on keeping stuff realistic, grounded. Even though we're in this very metahuman world, we also maintain the essence of addressing real issues with characters, character-driven projects. So with Khalil, you look at him, at least what I've realized from the work that we've done, he's a kid that is dealing with identity. He has an identity struggle between, good and evil. He has these cards that were dealt for him, that he earned and had everything that was really stacked up against him, being on the wrong side of the tracks, yet he fought against all of the norms, all of the things that he could have fallen into, only for that to be taken away from him, which we saw with the gunshot. Now then you also have to place yourself in a high schooler's shoes. A young kid that had everything going for him, and then all of a sudden the world is just swept from right underneath him. What does somebody do like that? What would you do in that situation? You're a high schooler. And the drug infestation, the gang violence, all of this stuff that is right in your face that you were fighting against now seems to be the next viable option. And so when we see Marvin taking his talent, as I say, and really getting in there and grasping onto this fragile young kid who is really vulnerable, he's able to mold and shape him as if he were like malleable clay. So this young man, he's going through an identity crisis between knowing what's right, but still fighting against it, just because everything else is coming so easy to him.
Can you talk about his relationship with Jennifer and how that is going for season 2?
Well, the thing with Jennifer, she is. It goes to the old adage, behind every king is a strong queen, And what I love about the two of our relationship is you see how both of, how Jen and Khalil play off of one another, how they support each other, how they sharpen each other as if a whetstone to a sword, So for her, she's his rock. She's his North Star, as some would say. But yeah, she's the one that brings him back, shows him that path that he's diverged from.
When you first took the role, did they tell you about the whole Painkiller arc? Or
No.
Any of that?
No, they didn't.
No.
Here, that was going in with Vicky. She's amazing. She's wonderful. Me being a huge geek and a nerd that I am, I was like, Black Lightning, absolutely, yes, I need it. I have to go in for that. But they just told me, he was a young kid that's on the track team, and he's a very respectful young man who's on the wrong side of the tracks, but he has a loving relationship with Jen, and that was it. And then cut to
they gonna shoot you
episode 3, was it? You got shot, and then you read the end of the episode, and it's like, so how are you doing? Or he said something, and I was like, what? Who's this man in my hospital room? And that's when actually the DIT guy, Justin, who's great. I love my crew. I love the whole crew. But he was just saying, oh, yeah, this is who you are. I'm like, whoa, what? This guy, the comic Painkiller, he's
so
huge.
You just had the sides. You had to see the
No, I read the script. I read the script
okay.
that day. But I was just like, he was still Khalil. He was never referred to as Painkiller. But in the scene, Marvin, his lines are written as, I will teach you how to kill your pain. And then you also see the play on words with Khalil Payne.
Yeah.
That just is another salute to the whole writing staff.
And now you're
what
part
they
of the DC Wiki.
Of course, I'm just beyond ecstatic to be a part of it too. I love it.
Visual.
I just wanted to know for you as an actor being part, which was a good segue into this DC universe, representing this growing representation of Black superheroes and Black folks in these kinds of shows and movies. You know, what is the significance of that for you, and do you recognize what a big impact that makes on kids everywhere?
Well, absolutely. First, because like I said, I am a geek, I am a nerd, and I will always claim that. I love anime, I love all of it, you know. And for me growing up, you know, I grew up watching the Static Shock cartoon. I grew up loving Calderon, who's part of the young,
Yes,
team. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Oh,
Yes.
of course, right?
You should never take
and
it
I
off.
want to be Calder if that's a possibility.
We're gonna work that out.
You know,
We're
work that out.
Put that in the universe. You'll be the voice of Calderon.
There you go. See, I love it.
No, give me the live action version.
The live action,
We'll refer
whichever.
to Aquaman, Aqualad.
Yes.
Oh,
Aqualad
yes.
is brother.
And his,
Tempest.
I
She'll
mean,
fill me in.
it's good. But as you can see, it's a
Yeah.
huge deal because I have my prides and joys are my nieces and nephews, right? So Jameer and Xavier, Naya, like the three of them, they're old enough to really know as well. But for them to be able to like see like, oh, that's Uncle Jordan, and boom, boom, it's like, yeah, that's something that you can play different roles, and there's going to be a number of different roles down the career. But to have something like that you can at least show them, you know, characters that have superpowers that look like them, that sound like them, that have the same sort of background as them. Because that's the beautiful thing about Black Lightning. It covers all facets. You have a beautiful home, a family where they're living, they're not necessarily on the wrong side of the tracks. They know hardship, they know what they're going through. You're going to see a lot of that this second season. But then you also have those that do know hardship, you know? And what I think is great about it as well is like the way that Salim, he's presenting it is, he's giving you real facts of what it is in the Black culture. But he's not trying to hit you over the head with it because he wants everyone to be able to see it and receive it. But at the same time, it's like, yo, sometimes the truth can be heavy.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite comic book character?
Comic book actor. Well,
Comic book character?
I'm a big Batman fan.
Okay.
And
Was there a run that you liked better?
Okay. See, now we're going into some deep stuff right there. Oh gosh. No. Okay. I would have to say, obviously, you gotta go with the Dark Knight just because Heath Ledger. He made that. He destroyed it. It was beautiful, great, right? Christopher Nolan, they killed it. I do like Christian Bale. I mean, if we're looking at a Bruce Wayne, I am actually very happy and pleased with Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. He plays it well, Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton, of course, is going to hold it down.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was...
Jackson, obviously, the original. So, but I would say Ben Affleck, I'm a huge fan of his Bruce Wayne. I like his Batman. It's a little bit more of an edgier Batman, you know, because one of the great things about Batman is that he won't kill, which leads me to loving Jason Todd, who's like, screw it.
What was it like for you to return to Chuck Clayton after filming season 1 of this?
Oh, that's a great man. You know, it's such a blessing, man. It really is to be able to do two huge shows on the CW network, and to be able to play two completely different characters. So going back to it, it's honestly like an actor's dream because it's one person I'm playing a super villain hero, it's like who knows, and then the next I'm playing like a jerk in high school, but he's also conforming, you know. So it's funny, like playing, like first season I was going back and forth between Vancouver and here. That was fun, time zones, but being able to play and see how each character was changing. Whereas Khalil, he started off as, you know, a protagonist, and then he ends up developing into an antagonist. Now, how we see that going for second season, y'all will have to watch. Next, going to Riverdale, check. I mean, it's like, oh, he seemed like he was a good guy, but he was really a jerk. And then he transfers from a jerk into, oh no, he's being a good kid. So, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
As a follow-up, did your like comic book nerdy type fandom have anything to do with them casting you as Chuck? Because that's kind of his deal in the comics.
No, honestly, I would hope not. I would hope it had to just do purely off of them wanting me because of me acting, whatever chops I may have. But no, I just went in, you know, and I ended up auditioning. Obviously, I was doing the research on who this guy was. I went in there thinking like, oh, he's a good, hopeful, nice kid. That's the son of the coach. He likes to draw comics as well, you know, and that's great. No, he's a jerk. He's a chauvinistic pig, you know. Okay, yeah, CW, Dare to Defy. There we go.
Is there anybody in this current cast that you haven't had a chance to act opposite that you'd love to?
That man over there,
Okay.
James, I freaking adore him. He's such a great, his soul, his spirit is just out of this world. I want to do some scenes with him. That's who it is.
Any teases coming up this season of interactions of characters that you get to interact with that maybe we haven't seen before?
What do you mean?
As far as do you get to have scenes opposite anybody that we didn't get to see you interact with in season one?
Right.
Or at least, you know, Khalil's interactions versus Painkiller.
Let me think. It's gonna be. There will be a scene between me and Black Lightning.
Okay.
I can say that. I don't know. I think it's pretty much me, and you know, you'll have to stay tuned. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give too much away.
Does your character, does Khalil fear Whale, fear Tobias, or does he
Tobias
respect
Whale.
him?
You know, I would have to say for Khalil, it's definitely not a fear. He does have a fear because he knows who Tobias is, and keep in mind his mother. He knows he's not sure what he would do to his mother. So if it's a fear, it's not so much a fear for his own safety, but the fear of what he would do to his mother, to Jin's family. Because remember, Khalil doesn't know who Black Lightning is. So that also makes him very respectable as well. I think the other thing about it though is if there's a respect that comes in there, I don't think he has a full respect for who this man is because this man represents everything he was trying to get away from. Second episode of season 1, I'm talking to Jin and I tell her, you know, I've been through this before. My brother was shot and killed. My father, he's in prison. Like, I come from this lifestyle that rappers rap about. And he knows the source of that being Tobias. But you see, he's now put himself in a situation that he can't get out of. He's found himself and that has to do with choices. Nobody told him that he had to take those legs back. He was naive enough to do so because he was in a frail, fragile state. And so in this section of his life, when he's more so around Tobias, when he's seeing what Tobias is showing him, when he's learning from Tobias, he's realizing more and more that he is in a deep abyss that is just, he's crawling to get out of. He's looking for that way, whatever opening he has to get out of it, that's what he wants because he knows he can't go any further, deeper into it. So he does have a respectable fear because he knows what this man is, but I don't think he respects the man.
Can you talk about what it's like to act opposite Marvin as Tobias?
That's funny because Marvin he's one of the most lovely people you will ever have the pleasure of meeting. Okay, he's one of the most lovely people that you will meet, and to be able to work with. So that's like the big bro. So being able to act opposite of him, thank God he knows how to transform, and he has acting chops where he will put the fear of God in you as well. So it's just a blast. It's such a blast. That's all it is.